Hi everyone, welcome back to the SAM Biology classes online. I am Salim. Today we are going to study one of the important concepts of genetics, that is supplementary genes. Okay. So first, if you are going to look at the definition of supplementary genes, so remember it is a type of non-allelic interaction. It is a type of non-allelic interaction, or it is also called intergenic interaction. Inter means in between the genes. So you have to remember it is a phenomenon or interaction which involves more than one gene. Okay, so ಒಂದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು genes ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So if you look at the definition, see, when two independent dominant genes are there and these dominant genes are independent, they are not dependent on each other, they interact in such a way that each gene produces its effect. Okay, so there are two genes and these two genes are independent and each dominant gene produces its own effect whether the other gene is present or not. Okay, so whether the other gene is present or not, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು gene ಇರಬಹುದು ಇರದೇ ಇರಬಹುದು, it may be present or it may be absent, but each gene produces its effect. But see the condition, but when present together, when these two dominant genes present together, a new character is expressed. So this is the most important point you have to remember. When both the genes are present together, a new character is expressed. This is known as a supplementary genes. Okay, just remember there are two independent dominant genes are present and each gene produces its effect, and when both the genes are present together, a new character is expressed. This phenomenon is referred as a supplementary genes, and it is a best example for intergenic interaction or non-allelic interaction. Okay. And there are two examples of this phenomenon. One is comb pattern in foals. Foal means hunja, kannadadalli hunja anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, so that is, so comb pattern in foals and coat color in mice. These two are examples for the supplementary genes. In this video, I am going to explain you in detail about the comb pattern in foals, and remember the final ratio is 9:3:3:1. Okay, so let us study in detail about the inheritance of combs in foal. Okay, now see, this inheritance of comb in foal was discovered by Bateson and Punnett. So Bateson and Punnett, these two scientists, they discovered the inheritance of combs in foal. So we know that laws of inheritance are discovered by Mendel. Similarly, the inheritance of combs in foal was discovered by two scientists, Bateson and Punnett. Okay. If you look at the combs, there are four types. In foal, there are four types of combs are observed, and they are namely rose, pea, walnut and single. Okay, so rose comb, pea comb, walnut comb and single comb. These are the four varieties of combs that are observed in foals. Now let us study how this interaction takes place. The rose comb is controlled by the dominant gene R. So remember, as I told you in the definition, there are two dominant genes. So one dominant gene is capital R. So capital R indicate the rose R. So here R stands for rose. Okay, and P comb is controlled by the another dominant gene, capital P. So P stands for this P. Okay, PEA. So these are the two dominant gene, capital R. So this capital R control the rose comb, capital P control the pea comb, and when both these genes are present in recessive condition, Okay, you can see that all the 4 alleles are in recessive condition. Small r, small p. So it produces single comb. Okay, so this single comb, okay, don't, single means not one. Okay, single means is a type of comb. It is a shape of comb. Remember, so single comb is produced when all these 4 alleles are present in the recessive condition. Remember, all the 4 in recessive condition. Okay, capital R, rose comb, capital P, pea comb. When all the 4 are present in recessive condition, produces the single comb. Okay, is it clear? Now let us study in detail about how the inheritance takes place. Now see the inheritance. See, we have taken one male parent, another one is female parent. The male parent has rose comb. Sorry, the male parent has the rose comb. Okay, whereas the female has the pea comb. Okay, so pea shaped comb is present and rose shaped comb is present, and the genotype is, be careful, you can see that capital R, small p. The pea comb has small r, capital P, because I told you that these 2 genes are independent, and the capital R produces the rose comb, whereas the capital P produces the pea comb. Okay, now if you look at the gamete, you can see that both are homozygous condition. So capital R, small p is taken as the gamete is having one capital R and one small p allele. And here the gamete has one small r and one capital P allele, because it is also homozygous condition. Now when these gametes are fertilized in the F1 generation, we can observe the walnut. See here, the one male parent has rose comb, female parent has pea comb, but in the F1 generation a new character is expressed, the walnut comb is produced only when, remember, when this capital R and capital P present in dominant condition. So at least there must be one capital R and there must be one capital R and capital P to express this character. When both are present, then only this walnut is expressed. Okay, now when this F1 variety is allowed to intercross by taking one walnut male and another one is walnut female, so again the genotype will be the same, capital R, capital P, small p. So here also capital R, capital P, small p, both are same, walnut. Okay, now we know that here there are 2 heterozygous condition are there, therefore 4 gametes are produced. Here also 4 gametes are produced, as in case of dihybrid cause you studied that capital R, small r, capital T, small t, it produces 4 gametes. Similarly, it is also heterozygous condition, so 4 gametes are produced. Here also 4 gametes are produced. Now if you look at the F2 generation by plotting the checkerboard or Punnett square, okay, so you can see that so this variety I have taken, you can take here, and this one you can take as a column. Okay, so all these 4 in a row and all these 4 in a column, or you can take vice versa. You know that I think you know that how to write this Punnett square, you know very well. Now see, just cross multiply this, capital R, capital P. So now capital R, capital P, small p. Similarly here capital R, capital P. Then last one, capital R, capital P, small p. Okay, like this you have to first write all the genotype. Okay, now after writing all the genotype, now let us study for the phenotype. See here you can see that capital R is present, capital P is present, no doubt it is walnut. Okay, I told you that only capital R, rose, only capital P, okay, P shape. When both are present, capital R is there, capital P is there, without any doubt you can write the walnut. Okay, so here also capital R, capital P is there, walnut, capital R, capital P, walnut, capital R, capital P, walnut. Okay, now take this one. Okay, capital R, capital P, walnut, capital R, capital P, walnut, capital R, capital P, walnut. But now you can see here, only capital R is there, both are small p, therefore only capital R dominant gene is expressed. We know that R stands for rose. Now here, capital R, small r, capital P, small p, both are capital R, capital P is present, both the genes are in dominant condition, so that is walnut. So similarly, capital R, only capital R is there, therefore rose. Now here, capital R, capital P, walnut, only capital P is there. You can see here only capital P is there, R in recessive condition, therefore P character is expressed. So here also only capital P gene is present, so therefore P character is expressed. Here capital R, so you can see only capital R is there, P in small or recessive condition, therefore rose character is expressed. Here only P, capital P, therefore capital P stands for dominant condition of P shape. Now see, this is very important. All the four alleles are in the recessive condition. I told you, when all the four alleles are in the recessive condition, it expresses the single. Okay, so you can see that there are four varieties of shape: walnut, rose, P and single. If you count the walnut, you can see that so in this way you can get a right angle triangle having 9 walnut, and single is only 1. Okay, 9 walnut, single, you can see that here it is 1. P, you can see 1, 2, 3. 3 you will get. And rose, 1, 2, 3. So 3. So you can see that 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. It is the ratio of combs in foal. So inheritance of comb pattern in foal shows the ratio 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. 9 walnut, 3 rose, 3 P and 1 single. I hope this concept is clear. So remember, so two dominant genes are interact independently. When both are present, a new character, that is walnut, is expressed when both the genes are present together. Thank you very much.